Flosstube, it's Kerry in Stitches. It's Friday the 12th of April and this is video 42. Hello and welcome. I hope you've all had a good stitchy fortnight and are all well. It's been a fairly normal fortnight here for us with work and school, but the kids break up today for 2 weeks holiday. They're quite, well, do teenagers get excited about things these days? I don't think they do. Tom's like, yeah, game, celebrate birthday, game. That's Tom's plan. Lottie is going to bounce off the walls for the next 2 weeks because, oh, that's Lottie very much, to be honest. We've got plans, obviously, to celebrate both kids' birthdays. We've got family coming down, we've got cinema, we've got karting, we've got birthday parties, we've got the day out, a couple of days out. So it's going to be a lovely, busy couple of weeks, full of joy, I hope. Yeah, so that's kind of what it is. We've got gardening this weekend. He's going to help Mum do a bit of her garden. She has a large plot and it's a nightmare. It's always been hard work. She's lived in that house 30 odd years. It's always been hard work, her garden. But it's been a bit neglected the last couple of years. So we took out 2 trees last week, and we need to continue to just keep going at it. Little and often is how we're dealing with it. Anyway, so that's the plan for this weekend. We celebrated Mother's Day in the UK. It's the 4th Sunday in Lent. To clear up any confusion that it might have caused, so I know I had to explain that to somebody on Instagram. People going, but it's not May. So to be honest, up until a couple of years ago, I had no idea that other countries celebrated Mother's Day different time. So, although we all celebrate Father's Day at the same time, I think. Anyway, random. That's how it goes, isn't it? I had a lovely day. I had chocolates and flowers and lots of lovely stitchy gifts. So I'll show the stitchy gifts later. Flowers are, I'm just looking at them now. Yeah, they really have had it. I had freesias and roses. I love yellow roses and freesias. Even the chrysanths that were, you know, in the bouquet really now are looking past their best. So, and the chocolates have long since gone. So, anywho, didn't need to know all of that. Yeah, so I'll share my stitchy stuff. There'll be no magazine flip through today because Cross Stitch Crazy's magazines are delayed because they couldn't get their cover kits from China due to the high winds that hit the North Sea. I think that's right. So my plan is, because so this one will be short because I've got no magazines, but the next one I could end up with 3. So my plan is to, I've got a very dry throat and I feel like I'm going to start coughing. Excuse me. I'm going to film magazine flip through separately this time, and we'll... Ah, no, gone! I will film the magazine flip through separately and post them as a video as and when I've done it. Whether it'll be 3 separate videos, 1 for each magazine, I don't know, or whether I'll do all 3 in one, even if they're filmed separately. You'll see it, you'll know it when you see it. So that's what it is. Right, let's crack on with the stitching. I've been a monogamous stitcher pretty much. In the last fortnight I've stitched on 2 projects, but only one of those was for 1 day. So Magical Stitches had a challenge which was for the Christmas break, which was to stitch on a Christmas or, I want to say, winter project. So I pulled out Peace on Earth and stitched a bit of snow. Ooh, there we go. I guess you get it in the frame. That's not very helpful, is it? So basically I stitched extra snow and I'd only got that triangle done, so a bit more. It's progress. I stitched on that whilst playing Rummy Cub with the family, and I still won because that's how I roll. So that's going away for a bit, or who knows. And then Main Street. Main Street, my current obsession, in that I am desperate to finish it, but not in the, oh, I've had enough of it, kind of in the, oh, I can't wait to get this finished, kind of. And then see it and have it up, and I know exactly how I'm finishing it off. Nothing exciting, but I'm just going to stretch it over a canvas and get it on the wall, because it's a big piece. I can't really afford proper framing for it. Certainly not to have it framed professionally. And I don't know, yeah. So that's the top row completed. Except for a tiny bit of back stitch that I need to do. But so when I last saw you, let me just wrangle this giant piece of fabric. There we go. I was stitching on the gallery, which has become the bookstore. So I finished the windows, did the sign and the lamp top, put the books in the window from the bookstore chart, which I've kind of just, I just basically winged the colours from the colours in the chart. I'm using my Paco needle minder. I guess I don't know what they're called. It's the long thing which you can put your needles in for each colour. And because I end up doing lots of odd stitches and having a long length, anyway, I literally went along where what have I got? What colours have I got? I'll throw that, and I'll do that one, and I'll do that one, rather than just kind of doing what was. But I think it looks really nice. I like the colour in it. I was struggling to see what I could gill more up. There was a picture there for the gallery, obviously, and I was talking on the Friday off the Grid group. Caroline suggested like the cat oven mitts, and I was struggling to chart them. So whilst watching somebody else's Flosstube who showed a Nevermore chart, I went, Raven, they do the Edgar Allan Poe Society when the inn burns down. So and charted a raven and stitched him over one because he's the only way I could fit, or was he'd have been a giant raven and it looked odd. So I love that. I feel it's my stroke of genius for this one. So I then moved on to oh, and I think I had to stitch the top border as well. Stitch the bottom border in for Magical Stitches, because that's going to be one of the homeworks, which is stitch frames or something, because Sirius Black was framed. Started the house. So we had 500 dark stitches, because for dark Delft blue and dark whatever the brown was. And then there's 500 other stitches in there. Well, there's more than 500 because I got 200 stitches in and realised I hadn't taken another photograph, so I could have kicked myself. Anyway, so there's 500 there. We've got obviously windows to go in there. We've got the Williams hardware sign to go in there. I'm using the window from the coffee shop is going in there to become Luke's coffee shop, and I'm changing the cups from white to yellow. The doors are going to be green, and then I might even, that right side here, I stitched a couple of years ago the wee little stitches, Rory and Lorelei, and I think I might try and do Lorelei over one and put it there. I love Main Street. I just want to stitch on it all the time. The homework this week is friend versus friend, and it's, you know, two projects that are fighting for your attention kind of thing. Main Street, because I can't put it down, and the other one is going to be my April Flip It, because I really should be doing it and I'm not, and we're like what, the 12th of April and I still haven't even started it. Water lily, that's 32 count water lily. I have picked 4 jodhries that I will fussy cut for most of the colours. We've got Coral Seas, Ginger Tom, Poisoned Apple and Sunlit Waters, and a couple of DMCs. So hopefully I can get 500 stitches this weekend in that. With my Magical Stitches, this is how I end up working things out. I've covered over the chart, but I have little lists of how many stitches. I count before rather than count after, because I like to know what I need to do to get the right thing. So that's that kind of thing. That was my list of colours that had dark in the title. Changes are there. So, and I've charted, and this is my working copy, as you can see, because I've got a photocopy label on it. And but let's just do that. You can see I've worked out Williams hardware for the thing. So I write all, generally in pencil, but I do write all over my working copies. Right, you voted in your 10s. So for my next chart, the choices were Peace on Earth or Where There Are Bees, and unanimously, all 15 of you said Where There Are Bees. So I will pick that up at some point. Obviously I haven't stitched on it, so you know exactly, well, you probably, this is where I was at. So hopefully over the next fortnight I'll get some stitching in. That's upside down. On this. with how I feel about Main Street at the moment, I would be happy if I got 2 of the bottom 2 I'd like if I could get those 2 done, and then the little bordery bits, if I could get that done, I'd be happy. Maybe the bottom border as well, and then just leave that bit. That's kind of, originally my goal was to finish it, but that's my new goal because I know how I feel about Main Street. So there's that. Right then, let's have a quick look at my list. Plans, you've just seen them. Do whatever Magical Stitches tells me. Okay, I've covered that. So, as I said, it was Mother's Day in the UK. I was gifted 4 charts by my family, which was lovely. Lottie chose the Blue Flowers Spring Acorns. Said that she thought the squirrels were really cute, which they indeed are. Tom, I'd say he chose, but he didn't kind of enjoy that one because that's kind of what teenage boys do who have no interest in stitching. So he chose Prairie Schoolers Santa's House Limited Edition 2010. Love that. I'll change it to 2019, 2020. I don't know. We'll see when I start it. And then I was kind of being cheeky and put a couple of charts on that I really quite liked too. And actually, Kerry, Andrew did say that I could add a chart that I really liked too from the jar. So, but these weren't in the jar because these were ones I found after I'd started my wish list and hadn't added them. So, Block Party by Hands On Design Buzz. Love that honeycomb bit. It does come with the wool felt for the top. I've got Black Ada. I haven't got any Black Even Weave. Might be lazy and just, well, not be lazy, but just use what I have. So, because I brought 2 pieces and I only needed 1 for something. So, anyway, and the other one was by a designer I've never stitched before, but saw this and was just kind of like, I love that so much. I've never seen this book. I'm usually quite good. Who was? Oh, Lynette, Homesteading on the Home Front, says she has to sort of see things several times before she will pull the trigger and buy something. And generally I'm like that. I can see something, add it to a wish list, not even add it to a wish list, just kind of go back in my mind, yeah, I quite like that. It's very rare that I see something and instantly go, I love this, I must have it. Very rare. Even with Jack Frost's Farm, I saw it a few times. I saw it initially, I really like that. Need to see it again. Still really like that. And it was about a month before I signed up for the auto ship because I was kind of like, do I really, really, really like it? Same with, even with the Quilting Bee. Quilting Bee, Blue Flower. I saw it a couple of times. Was like it. And then Peakside Needlecraft said we're taking pre-orders. I was like, yeah, actually I really do like it and I will stitch it. So it's that kind of, and that's probably one of the quickest that I've pulled the trigger on. So, I mean, I will go into shops and like flick through, like when I go to craft shows and things, and I will buy things that I've seen before, or I've never seen before, but quite often, yeah, I don't know. But generally, to order a chart, if I'm not at a show or something like that, I have to like, yeah, I really like that. Anyway, this is Chessie and Me. Let My Example Shine, and I absolutely love this. A house, blue and green, which is just by perfect colours, and they're beautiful blues and greens as well. The bees, the bee skep. Oh, just absolutely love it. I had no idea that it was for like a needle roll type thing though, which I love, and that is just lovely. I absolutely adore this and would finish it exactly like that in those colours because this is perfect in my eye. This is yeah, absolutely love this. And I do believe that that is actually the backing fabric colour, so that is Weeks Whiskey, which is what they've used for the backing there. I could be wrong on that one, but I'm fairly sure that that's what they used, which is going to make me want to check now. I'm sure that's Weeks Whiskey. Find it now. That actually showing any of you? Can't find it. How to finish it. It doesn't actually say. It says it's wheat, and I know it's Wheats Dye Works wool. It does not say which colour it is. I'm sure I could probably find out, but I'm losing everything. I didn't get the pins for it because, to be honest, I wasn't overly enamoured with the pins for this one. I like the little bee, but it doesn't say what it is, and I don't know, so I'm not going to. I'm sure when I looked it up, I'm sure it was the same, so. Right, just stop doing that now. Anyway, so I had that. I also had a bit of Happy Mail surprise from April, May, June. April knew I was looking for birds and had sent it to me. And I know other people had offered it to me a while back, so, but this just appeared, and thank you very much, April. I got my Chromatic Alchemy fabric. It's from my Chromatic Alchemy fabric from Chromatic Alchemy. Midas by Midas 32 count Belfast. That's fairly true. Oh, did you watch Shelley Key X Stitch's April 1st video? Funniest thing in Flosstube in a long time. Yeah, it's kind of yellowy with bits of peach and beige and grey kind of colours. It's a really nice kind of yellow neutral. There we go. So I'm really pleased with that. I got bored and made some needle minders the other day. Things I've had knocking around for ages. Well, I bought these two at the show. Oh, and that one. Coloured some some wooden buttons and a piece of agate that I've had probably for nearly a year. These work great because they are really light, as do the wooden ones. Agate's probably going to be too heavy for me with my stitching in hand. But, Cityscape is on my lap frame. And I do park threads on that one, so I probably will move that one to that. Right, where are we at? That's pretty much all of that. Do you know, I've recorded this video there's so many times now, I do not know what I'm saying. I took part in 24 hours of stitching, quirks and stitches generally. That was fun. I didn't do 24 hours, I did 9.5 hours. That was a good laugh. Yeah, it was good. I did some of the group chat and yeah, got quite a lot done on Main Street because it's my obsession. I have done 24-hour things before. I don't know whether my ME and actually being able to function in family life for the rest of the weekend would allow me. Maybe if I know enough in advance I can plan around it. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe when the kids are older and Lossie doesn't want to wake me up at silly o'clock. Maybe. But it was good fun. It was nice to feel part of something silly like that. I'll be doing my, the longest day stitch along 21st of June or thereabouts, whenever. The Friday the nearest 21st of June. I will be doing that, which is good fun. That's set up by my friend Jo, whose blog is Serendipitous Stitching, and often is run through the International Hermit and Stitch Facebook page too. So I'm looking forward to that. So basically my plan is to hit all my whips that day. I think last year I had 18 or 19 whips and that was a challenge. This year I think I did new starts as well. I did. Crazy. Not doing Mania. If I do Mania this year, I'm doing Monogamous Mania on Main Street. So longest day, I'm only at 11 whips at the moment, which is really nice. I'd like to get it down to 9. 9 is my goal. Nothing's near finished though. So, and there's lots of things that aren't on my Stitch 9. So we will see. Anyway, let's give some stuff away and then I can stop rambling and leave you to your day. So, winners, Shannon, this is yours. I'll pop it in your box, and Mel, you've got that, and I'll pop that in the post to you later. I think I've got a large letter stamp somewhere knocking about. This time you can win Winnie the Pooh. Yeah. It says giant chart. It's not. It's 100 by 85 or something like that. It's not giant. Not what we consider giant these days. No, it's quite small. I looked at it and thought, that doesn't look that big. I think when they say giant chart is what they mean is it folds out to be like A3 paper. But it's not. But I mean, the chart is really, if I just check, you can see how big the chart actually is. So I'd like to stitch Winnie the Pooh. I'd like to be able to fold the chart back up. Oh yeah, there's another picture of it all stitched. I'd like to stitch Winnie the Pooh, and I'd like to stitch the hedgehog. That's the birthday card kit. So I'd like to stitch the hedgehog or Winnie the Pooh. So I think that pretty much leaves me done. Look at that, 20 minutes, job's a good one. Have a fantastic stitchy fortnight. I'll be back in a couple of weeks with my next update. Thank you once again for liking and subscribing to my video, especially a big thank you to all those who leave me comments. I know it's not possible for everybody to do that because of how you watch things and whatnot, but it's amazing. Thank you to everyone just for the friendship and the communication and just kind of, big thank you to you all. So have a fantastic stitchy fortnight, and until I see you again, happy stitching. Thanks for watching my channel. Thank you for all the lovely comments you leave me, for the likes and the subscriptions. It really does mean a lot, and it makes it all worthwhile. Happy stitching!